Fatherpreneurs, it's time for us to continue our conversation about why starting a passive income based coaching business on the internet where you are educating people based on your gifts, talents, experience, expertise, and passions is a good thing to fight for as a father. Nothing wrong with having a job to put food on the table, but we need more than food on the table in our households. We literally need you at home. And how do you get there? You've got to have some sort of passive or residual income in your life that's going to work devoid or separate from your physical presence. And building an online coaching business with a passive income structure is a great thing to do. So we're going to continue our conversation on that today. We're going to be talking about your unique transformation proposition. We're going to be talking about choosing the right business model that's going to free you up time-wise. And we might even get into a little bit of pricing today. So hustle on in here, man. Do me a huge favor. Comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand. Smash that thumbs up, that thumbs down button based on how you feel about your boy today. Don't worry about hurting my feelings. That's how I get better. Really quickly, if you're new here and you do not know me, I am Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, and I am the founder of the Fatherpreneur Success Academy, an online community which is free for you to join. And our whole mission is to help working fathers just like you use systems, AI, and automation to create a passive income empire around your gifts, talent, experience, and expertise. If you want to join that community, all you have to do is go over to CortezHustle.com. I'll show you what that looks like here in a moment. Boom. And you'll notice that we've updated the site with a picture of my lovely boys. I'm the father of 5 sons. And then boom, once you click here, it's going to take you to our community. And all you got to do is create a password and you get full access to all of our trainings, our coaching, our courses, and you get to meet other dope fathers just like you who are on the same path of using the internet to create a passive income empire. So comment where you're from, the name of your business and on your brand. We'd love to give you a free business shout out as we get rolling today. So if you're just tuning in to this series, we've been talking a lot about what's up, Pritchard Enterprise in the building says, yes, notice the switch up yesterday. Yeah, we've been talking a lot about passive income based businesses. And I wrote a book in 2018 called Monetize My Life: 4 Incredibly Simple Ways to Turn Your Passions into Profit, No Startup Costs. And one of the best ways to do that is through an online coaching or online education business. And we talked a little bit about choosing a niche a couple of days ago. Actually, we laid the foundation of what is passive income. Passive income is money that you make that does not require all of your time. It still requires some work and effort, not to be confused like some people think that a passive income means you do no work. What passive income really means is you do a lot of work on the front end to create some momentum with your income. And then to keep that momentum going, it doesn't take as much energy and effort. And a passive income based coaching business, we're going to talk about some of those models, is one of the ways that you can do that. We talked about why I feel it is important for every working father to have some sort of passive income. And I don't think there's enough being talked about when it comes to the actual physical presence of a father in the lives of their children, more than just from 5 p.m. until the children go to bed. We need our fathers to be in the lives of our, not just our kids, but our families, our wives, our mates, our brothers and sisters. Like I right now have a little bit of time freedom. I don't have financial freedom, but I got a little bit of time freedom because of how I choose to make my money, right? I make my money based on my own schedule. So when somebody needs me, I can move things around quickly and I can be present. We need more men in control of their schedule to be home with their families. That's why the Fatherpreneur Success Academy is created. And quite frankly, y'all, I believe that's why I was created. I believe that's my mission on this planet, to serve fathers through entrepreneurship to create true and lasting freedom using my gift of creative genius and patience. So then yesterday we talked about creating a niche, or Wednesday, which was yesterday, I think. Yeah, we talked about choosing the right niche, right? Asking yourself some questions. What are some things that you are passionate about? What are some things that you are doing in the last 5 years that you got great joy and pleasure from, that you're still doing, and you can see yourself doing those 5 years from now, right? What are some of the things that people are always coming to you, asking you for help with, right? Those are things that you are passionate about. What is your work experience? What is your, what have you had success in over the last few years? Like, these are all things that if you really think about them, people will probably pay you to know what you know in regards to those things. So today we want to roll out the importance of what I call my MBAs, right? And no, I'm talking about a master's. I'm not talking about a master's of business administration, right? What I'm talking about is a formula that I use in my coaching program to help men see a framework that they can inspire to, right? So the M in MBAs stands for model. When you're building a business of any kind, you have to consider the business model. As much as I love for everybody to start in this entrepreneurial game, however they can get in, I also want them to be careful to think and consider the model. So you can choose a business model that can make you money, but if it takes all of your time to make you the money and you want a certain lifestyle of freedom, then you got to change your model. It's as simple as that. But if you consider the model when you go into the world of entrepreneurship, now one of the biggest contributing factors to the model that I'm choosing for my legacy business is the lifestyle that I want to lead. Number one, I want freedom. So I'm choosing a model to operate in business that can make me a whole lot of money and not take up a whole lot of time. Number two, I want geographic freedom. I will start traveling this world this year. My wife and I are getting the old passports together and all of that stuff. So I need a business, a model that will allow me to run my business from anywhere in the world. As long as I have a Wi-Fi connection and some sort of device, I can run my business from anywhere in the world. I want you to think about your models. Not only do I want the freedom to run my business from anywhere in the world, guess what, y'all? Black men in America ain't the only black men struggling, working 60, 80, 100 hours a week and spending so much time away from their families that they are not present. So I needed a business that allows me to serve people globally. All that happens when you start to consider your model. So you got your M for MBAs, then you have your B. What does the B stand for? The B stands for brand. You have to be intentional about your brand as a man. Notice I didn't say as an entrepreneur. No, you have to be intentional about your brand as a man. See, what does brand really mean, right? I think the simplest definition that I got for brand might have came from Neil Patel or Seth Godin or Alex Hormozi or somebody. What your brand is your promise. And everything that is a representation of the brand should make people think about your promise. What is your brand as a man? When people hear your name come up in conversation, what is the promise that they are reminded of? Are they reminded of the promise of you being a jerk face? Are they reminded of your integrity? Are they reminded of your consistency? Are they reminded of your ability to be responsible? Your respond ability. That's what responsibility is, your ability to respond, right? You are building your brand every single day. Most of us are just not intentional about the brand that we are building, and the brand that we are building by default is not the brand that we really want to be known for. So you got to be a little bit more intentional about your brand as a man. And why do I say brand as a man? Because my brand as a man is the same brand that I have in business. When people think about Cortez Hustle, they think about consistency. Well, guess what? When they think about Cortez the father, they think about consistency. When people think about Cortez Hustle, the entrepreneur, they think about hard working. When people think about Cortez Hustle, the father, they think about hard working. They think about integrity. They think about responsible. They think about loving, caring, kind, compassionate. See, your values as a person should be in alignment with your values as an entrepreneur. In fact, I had a coach tell me on a training one time, he didn't just tell me, and just so you know, when I say people tell me, I'm probably in a room full of people and they're talking to everybody, but it hit me so hard, I feel like they're only talking to me, right? He said, before you can become a 7-figure entrepreneur, you got to become a 7-figure human being. I said, wait, what? Major Side Hustle in the building. What's going on, bro? He said before Cortez, and he was talking to a training room full of people, but I heard him talking specifically to me. He said, before you can become a 7-figure entrepreneur, you got to become a 7-figure human being. That hit hard, y'all. So when I'm talking about your brand, I'm talking about your brand as a man. And when you get that right, then building a brand as an entrepreneur, oh, that's second fiddle. Like that comes second nature. So you got your MBAs. Your M stands for your model. Choose a model that's going to allow you to have the lifestyle that you truly want to live, which means you probably have to define what that lifestyle is. The B stands for brand, right? Brand is your promise. You promise to be a stand-up guy in business and in your personal life, in your family as a father. The A stands for authority. If you think about the biggest and the best brands in the world, they have put themselves in positions of authority, and that's how you get influence. When you have authority, or when people see you as an authority, they see you as a leader, they see you as successful, they see you as a winner, they see you as someone that they aspire to be, someone that they would tell their children to look up to. When you create that kind of authority in your business, then you have influence. What is influence? Your ability to move people without touching them. Right? That's powerful, powerful stuff, y'all. And there's a lot of ways that you can create authority. One of my favorite ways to create authority is through doing stuff like what I'm doing right now. I'm creating content. That's a way to create authority. I publish books. That's another way to create authority. I get asked to be on podcasts and speak in panel discussions and do training workshops. That's another way to create authority. My next move is to figure out how to get myself on TV. You want to create the ultimate authority? Start being featured in news segments and discussions that are covered by TV networks. You got to build authority, creating a success for other people and have them screaming your name. That builds authority. When I share testimonial videos on how I helped Milton Friedman write his first book and he sold 100 copies right out of the gate. Now, it's not much authority when I say it, but when he says it, that builds authority, right? And then the S in MBAs stands for systems. If you are going to create a freedom business, meaning a business that gives you time freedom, financial freedom, gives you the freedom to choose who you're going to work with, who you're not going to work with, that's going to give you the freedom to work your business from anywhere in the world, right? You can only do that when you have systems in place that will allow it. If you have to be in your business physically 24/7, 365 to make that thing work, that's cool if that was what you plan to do. Like, I love working in the digital marketing space. I love creating content. I just love doing that kind of stuff. But do I love it more than hang out on the beach with my wife? No. Right? So start looking at your business as, how do I create a model that's going to create the impact that I want to have on the lives of others, while at the same time give me the freedom and the lifestyle that I truly desire. Now, for me, that meant I had to kill and cut off some revenue streams. I had to quit doing some things that was making me money because it required too much of my time, energy, and mental capacity to make the money in that way. And I'm saying, wait a minute, there's a better way for me to make the same kind of money or more without all of that effort. And even if I had to start over and build that up, it's worth me starting over now versus later, or me continuing to do what I was doing only to burn out 5 years from now and have to start over anyway. One of the hardest things you'll ever have to do is to cut off an income stream to make a pivot that's going to perhaps save your marriage. It's going to perhaps save your lives of your children. That's going to perhaps save your mental capacity, right? That's going to perhaps create better relationships, create bigger impact. One of the hardest things I had to do, cut off an actual revenue stream that was pretty significant, that we had come to live on, man. But like, sometimes you just have to make certain moves, man, and they don't always make sense to other people. I had a guaranteed 10K a month offered to me at one point if I'd have kept down this certain path, and I turned it down because I knew that path was not going to get me the life that I wanted to live. And this was 4 or 5 years ago, right? And I still don't do consistently 10K months. And that was a guaranteed 10K month. But the freedom that I bought back by turning that down, I believe it's worth it. So that's your MBA. So if you're going to build a business in the online education or coaching space, you got to get serious about your UTP. And that stands for your unique transformation proposition. You're taking notes, write this down. People don't pay for information anymore. All the information that you will ever need to grow a business or to do anything significant, 90% of it is already online, and it's online for free. Now, might you have to piece it all together? Sure. But it's available for free. So people aren't paying for information. They're paying for transformation. Cortez, I'm trying to go from this place to this place. Can you help me? That's the transformation. Cortez, I am today this person. In 18 months, I want to be this person. Can you help me? People are looking for transformation, and they're willing to pay for it. The other thing they're willing to pay for is presence. People will pay just to be around certain people. When I was talking about authority, and you start building yourself up as an authority in a certain space and for a certain group of people, they'll pay to want to just be around you. I have a lot of people who pay me every single month, and they don't do what I'm asking them to do to help them grow their business. They just like hanging out with me, though. Like, okay. And maybe one day the information will sink in. I'll say something that will move them to action, but they keep showing up. Because maybe it's not the information or the transformation. Maybe it's the presence. And that's okay too, y'all. So I'm going to give you an example of my unique transformation proposition. I told you guys I got this this workbook, this guide from Sunny Lenarduzzi. She's one of my favorite coaches that I like to refer to when I'm building an online program. And notice I didn't say an online course. I said an online program. See, courses are nothing more than information aggregated. Programs are transformative in nature. Programs are designed with a specific transformation in mind. So I'm going to give you a couple of her examples too. So what is my unique transformation proposition, right? Let me give you what she says her definition is. The biggest mistake you can make when you are trying to impact more people with your skills and expertise is to share as much information as possible. People want transformation. They don't need information. Now that you've answered the questions that we went over yesterday, the next step is to create your unique selling proposition, which we can call your transformation statement. This statement is what allows you to stand out and position yourself as the go-to authority for your clients. The best way to think about it is that you are taking your clients from a zero state to a hero state. So the statement is simple as this. She says, start by filling in the blanks. I help blank. Me, overworked, underpaid, unfulfilled, purpose-driven fathers. Go from where to where so that they can get what outcome. So what is my unique transformation proposition for working fathers? I help overworked, underpaid, unfulfilled, purpose-driven fathers create, launch, and grow passive income-based online businesses so they can create both time freedom and financial freedom, restore their sense of pride as fathers and men, be a bigger presence in the lives of their family and community, all while getting paid to walk in their God-given purpose, build a life of their dreams, and create the impact they know they've been called to make without the stress and anxiety that comes with traditional business. That statement right there is the guiding light of Fatherpreneur Success Academy, Fatherpreneur Success Blueprint, and Fatherpreneur Success Mastermind. Those are the 3 levels of my coaching program. Everything that comes from my mouth from this day forward, I have to bump it against that statement, that promise. And when you get crystal clear on that promise, it becomes incredibly easy for you to not only design a curriculum to get that outcome, but it becomes incredibly easy for you to attract these people. What people, Cortez? Overworked, underpaid, unfulfilled, purpose-driven fathers. What if somebody, Cortez, is overworked and underpaid and they want to join your program? They can't join. Because being overworked and underpaid does not make you feel strong enough about your situation that you're going to do what I'm going to require you to do to get the result that I'm promising. You got to be purpose-driven. Like, I'm on a mission here. And if you're not on a mission, if all you're trying to do is make money, this program ain't for you and you can't join. Sorry, not sorry. Purpose-driven, overworked, underpaid, unfulfilled. See, when you get to a place where you're seeking and you realize that sometimes you're making good money, all the bills are paid, but man, Cortez, I just feel like I ain't making the impact that I'm supposed to be making. Like, anybody ever felt like this? Based on the gifts that I have, not looking at anything that anybody else is doing, just looking at my own potential. Bro, you're not doing enough. Anybody else ever feel like where I come from, God has been too good to me for me to not be touching more lives? Bro, you're not doing enough. All right? Future leaders in the building, welcome. See, everybody don't feel like that. And if you don't feel like that, you're probably not my people. But you starting to look around in your community, you starting to look around in your family, your immediate family, then your extended family, you got nieces and nephews, and you're like, man, based on the gifts that I have, I'm not doing enough. And you start breaking down, well, why are you not doing enough? Man, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough resources. Okay, what you gonna do about it? See, those dudes right there who are honest enough with themselves to say, one, I'm not doing enough. Primarily is because I keep letting myself off the hook. Primarily because I don't have enough financial resources. I don't have enough time, freedom in my life to really make the impact that I could be making. So what you gonna do about it? I'm gonna learn how to build it and bring in some passive income so that I can buy my time back, so that I can show up bigger, better, bolder in the lives of those who I've been called to serve, right? So when you think about those things, Bridget said, indeed, indeed. Like, that's why we rock together. It's because we relate on so many levels. See, it becomes easy to attract your tribe when you get crystal clear about who you are and where you're going. Because people start to see it and they be like, man, I'm going too, bro. I'm going with you. Like, we're going to a similar destination. Let me hitch my wagon to yours. It becomes easy, right? So once you got your unique transformation proposition in place, and she gave a couple examples too. So this is Anna says, I help dog owners go from feeling overwhelmed, frustrated, and lost when it comes to training and understanding their dog's behavior by creating a game plan focusing on simplicity, fun, and support to transforming the connection with their dog and confidence in themselves so that they have a dog that's a joy to be with and they can live a life together with more freedom. Laurie says, I help couples go from overwhelmed by the process of adopting their first child to feeling at ease in the journey so that they can welcome their baby into a loving family home. Right? Let's see. So Monica says, I help parents of young children teach reading using the SOR so that their children can develop strong literacy skills and enjoy learning without feeling frustrated and falling behind in school. That's a transformational statement. If I'm a parent of a young child and I get the sense that my kid is not feeling confident in school, I get the sense that my kid is starting to slip and fall behind, and I don't want that from them, I'm going to call Monica. SR stands for Science of Reading, which is a great thing because we know that they are taking that out of the schools. And parents like us who grew up with the science of reading, we're like, man, where the heck is phonics at? They don't even teach kids how to sound out words and stuff like that. So it's crazy. So profitable models, right? You have to think about, and my mentor, Brian Bean, would often say, if it can't be done 1,000 times, it shouldn't be done one time. Meaning, can it be replicated over and over and over and over and over again without you having to bring in more help and all of that kind of stuff? So the example that I like to use is Netflix. Can 10 people sign up for Netflix at the exact same time? The answer is obviously yes. Can 1,000 people sign up for Netflix at the exact same time? And the answer is yes. See, if it can't be done 1,000 times, it shouldn't be done once. That's giving consideration to scale. My business model says, Cortez, you're going to put 5 hours a week into content creation. Well, how are you going to do that? I'm going to go live every day for 20 to 30 minutes. And then I'm going to spend another 20 to 30 minutes taking some of those lives and cutting them up into smaller pieces and distributing them across the social sphere. Cortez, you're going to spend another 5 hours a week coaching. What does that look like? Every day I have open office hours for about 20 minutes a day. And then once a week, I have a live coaching call with my students. So I'm literally running a business on 10 hours per week, doing something that I love to do and impacting the lives of other people. Now, as I roll out the Fatherpreneur Success Blueprint and Mastermind, I might add another 5 hours to that. But when I roll that out, I'm also adding tens of thousands of dollars per week to that business model. And at the end of the day, you're talking tens of thousands of dollars per month, working 15 hours per week. It's not 100% passive, but it allows me to do something that I love doing and free up a whole heap of my time. And the question then becomes, Cortez, can you scale it? So if I had 1,000 people in my programs, can that still work? And the answer is yes. It'll just be a matter of me training a few other people to deliver on our promise. And maybe I keep my 15 hours a week the same, but instead of one coaching call per week, I have 4 other people that I train to deliver on my promise, and they do the coaching calls on the other days of the week. You have to consider your model seriously. A lot of us start our entrepreneurial journey and we get ourselves backed into a hole where we are basically owning a job where we are working like crazy the same way we work for somebody else, and we don't have any time freedom that we thought we was going to have because of the model that we chose to operate in, right? So consider those things, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you for tuning in as always. Tomorrow, we're going to continue this conversation, man. We're going to talk a little bit about how do you price your coaching programs and your services. And we're going to go through some more of Sunny's download, because she's done over 30 million in our online coaching program. She's helped tens of thousands of people create online businesses, online coaching businesses. So when I speak and try to bring you guys information, I try to bring it to you from the best of the best. And I'm following her blueprint to set up all of my stuff. If you guys want to come with me on this journey, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Open office hours starts in about 2 minutes. CortezHustle.com/open office hours. Hope to see you there. Until then, get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one.